Sailing's a kind of sport where, you know, if you don't live right next to the yacht club and your family aren't involved in sailing, it's quite difficult. So luckily, my dad's a keen sailor, so him being involved in sailing got me involved in sailing. When I started, I didn't really like it that much. I was doing it obviously because my dad really loved it, and I enjoyed it, but initially I was scared of it being really windy, and that kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I went through some years where I concentrated on my football, and then eventually I got to the age where you need to pick one. You don't really have the time to do both. And I was really starting to enjoy my sailing. I'd gone through the phase of being scared in the stronger winds. I was happy to go out in any conditions, and I was starting to get in some squads and get some coaching. So that was something that I really enjoyed, and different to the football, it was kind of all by myself. I could, no one else to blame. It was, if I got a good result, it was all for me, and if I got a bad result, I could just blame myself.
By now, Burton is a specialist in single-handed sailing, having mastered all the demands presented by the laser class.
As the boats are all one design, identical, it's all the sailor, and then you think about the things that change is the wind strength and the wave pattern and the location where you sail. So the main things to be a laser sailor, I guess, is you need to be quite fit. Pretty much, the harder you hike, the faster you go, and you need to be pretty mentally tough because you get in situations that are very tough, and you need to make split-second decisions that can cost you first or 50th. Like there's so many boats out on the race course, pretty much going the same speed that it really comes down to metres. I'm very paranoid about the fitness because when I was younger I wasn't that confident in the windier stuff, and a lot of it's down to fitness, and if you make a wrong decision out there, it's normally due to you're concentrating on something else, which is normally your either legs hurt too much or your whole body's just aching, so then you kind of switch off the decision making that you need to do because you're concentrating on other things like how much your body hurts. So if you can kind of minimise that as best you can by being fitter, then you're not going to make as many mistakes mentally when it really starts to hurt your body. In my spare time, I just like to go and do fitness anyway, so that's kind of an easier side for me.
Training and preparation is only part of the work. As each different sailing race can vary wildly from the next, a sailor must be able to read and adapt to the ever-changing elements whilst navigating a course.
I guess, watching it on TV, sometimes you don't know what's going on, but there is a lot going on in the sailor's head. So we talk about strategy and tactics. So strategy is if you think about the one boat on the course trying to get around as fast as they can, so where would they go relating to the waves, the wind, the amount of pressure that the wind's providing, and direction to the mark. And then there's tactics, so it's where are you going to position your boat compared to someone else's boat, and then there's 50 of those other people's boats. So if everyone's going to the right side of the course but you think the left side's better, strategy would say that you might want to go left, but tactics would say that you might want to stay with those other 50 boats, because if your strategy goes wrong, you're going to be last out of 50 boats. So it's kind of weighing up your tactics compared to the other boats and the strategy of what you think is going to happen with the environment. All the boats are pretty much going the same speed, so 2 metres can be the difference between first and being mid-fleet, and that's in every aspect. That can be every wave that you go over, or you need to trim the boat correctly, or on the start line, if you're 10 metres back from the start when the gun goes, then there's 10 metres that you've given away. So all your homework before the start, your technique that you spend hours training, how you set your boat up to make it go as fast as it can. So all those things need to be pretty much right, and then you need to do everything very accurately to make the most of it and get all those marginal gains.